Good day, good evening, everyone. Welcome to race 3 of this first weekend, the third FAI World Virtual Sailplane Grand Prix final in Austria today. We are just behind me at the Red Bull Ring, the famous Formula One circuit, and that's where the pilots will start from today. So it's going to be a very interesting task. If you follow us on social media, especially Facebook and Instagram, then you've been able to see already what is going to look the race what's the race going to look like. Sorry, you will see high mountains, a very fast race we expect in Austria right now. It's going to be pretty fun. But first of all, let's have a look at the results from yesterday's race. So we raced yesterday in 3 different countries, in Slovenia, Austria, and Italy. And we've seen the win from the pilot from the United Kingdom, Sean Churchill, in this GS3, 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 33 seconds, with 152.4 kilometers per hour, scoring 10 points, followed by Norbert Kiss. They were together for the last leg, 151.68 kilometers per hour with 8 points. The German pilot Frank Schwetzweger, 1 hour and 27 minutes, 09 seconds, so just below 150 kilometers per hour with 7 points. Nico Bianchi, again, a very good result for him. 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 33 seconds, closely followed by Witold Rozak. On the first day, Nico and Witold were second and third. Witold was second and Nico was third, so they already had a lot of points, and we will have a look at the overall results later on, and you will see that they are leading now the championship, Witold and Nico. Janes Staff made a very good flight as well, sixth place, 147.14 kilometers per hour, 4 points. Arthur Duke from Poland, very close behind, only 1 second behind. David Redman from Australia, 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 8 seconds with 2 points. And Jeroen Jenen from Belgium was the leader before yesterday's race. He won the first day and got the 10 points on the first day, and now he's going to get 11 points in total with 1 point. And Kuba is closing the top 10. So that was a really, really nice race. The highlights are available every day after the race for you. And as well, you have articles on the website virtualgliding.fai.org, and you can have a recap of the race, debrief the race with us here. As well, you can see some shorts, reels, highlights on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So you can follow us on all the platforms. And as well, as we are here talking about this today, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube and Twitch channels. We need to have 400 people following us on YouTube tonight. We are 350 on Twitch now, so please follow us for the next races. It's the final race today of the first weekend, and then we'll see you in 2 weeks for the last weekend. So another 3 races for you in 2 weeks. Let's have a look now at the overall results together. So we have Nico Bianchi leading with Witold Rozak. So they are there is a tie in between them, obviously. Then Sean Churchill, Sierra 19 with 12 points. Jeroen Jenen and Frank Schwetzweger with 11 points. Norbert Kiss with 8 points. Davis Chapins with 6 points. Yuki Kazama 5 points. Janes Staff 4 points. And Arthur Duke 3 points. Same for David Redman and Maciej Cieslak, 3 points. And the rest of the field don't have any points. We can see that some very good pilots are missing points, especially Arne Martin Gutler from Norway, the reigning world champion, reigning virtual sailplane Grand Prix world champion, needs to score points today to end this first weekend. And as well, Cuba, we are used to see him scoring quite a lot of points, so he must be in the top 9 today. And Ryan Wood, obviously, Ryan as well, one of the top pilots from North America. We expect him to score more points. So that's it for the overall scoring. As you can see, it's pretty tight for now. and the pilots will have 2 weeks to think about what they can do, what they can improve, and how to fight and how to get the title. Just a reminder of the format: at the end of the 5 first races, the top 10 will progress to a final one-shot race on the 6th day. So the score is going to be at 0 again for all of the pilots, and only the scoring of the last day is going to count for the top 10. So the last 10 from 11 to 20, this will be fixed, and then the left column here will be changed on the last day. So it will be quite funny, I think, for everyone to follow, and very intense for all the pilots and for the fans, obviously following us. So let's say, for example, if Arne Martin scores some points today and manages to get into the top 10, even in the 10th place on the last day, even 10 or 20 points behind the leader, he can still win the World Championship at the end of this Sailplane Grand Prix final, because on the last day you will have this one-shot race that will reshuffle everything and where anyone can win the world title. So it will be pretty crazy to follow. Let's have a look now at the race of the day in Austria with the 2D view. The pilots are already in the air and are looking at the air mass. What are the weather conditions today, and so on. So we start from the Red Bull ring and from Zeltweg. Zeltweg is the start. It's the airfield next to the Red Bull ring. A start with a maximum altitude of 1,800 meters. And then they will race for 45 kilometers to turn point 1 Muro-Schloss, right here. The weather is quite good around here. You will see. We will see it online later on. But weak thermals to start with. Then after turn point 1, they will go to Niederoblarn, for 42.6 kilometers, so to the north, and they will need to cross those high peaks, those high mountains, roughly 2,600 meters here for the highest one, Knallistein, I think that's the name that you can see on your screen. You can maybe read it much better than me. And then after turn point 2, we are going to turn point 3, Windisgarten, for 37.2 kilometers to the northeast. Right there, another mountain, and then around this area, they will enter into a blue thermal area, and it will be blue thermal until the end of the race. That's what we can expect. And then for the turn point 4, which is the reporting point, we are going to Turno. So Turno airfield for 71.3 kilometers plus 7.1 kilometers as usual. So roughly 80 kilometers for the last 2 legs from Windisgarten to Turno. So it's going to be a fast race on the ridges. So it's a high mountain task today for the pilots. We had on the first day a kind of flatland race. Yesterday it was a mix of flatland and high mountains, and today it's really focused on the skills and competencies of the pilots in high mountains, but with some weak weather, you will see. Let's jump into Condor now to talk about the weather of the day. The task will start in about 11 minutes from now. That's the airfield with the start line of Zeltweg, very close to the Red Bull ring, just below the right wing of Richard Frawley here, the very famous Formula One circuit, the home base of Red Bull racing team. Pretty nice. The start line, and you can see the way leading towards Muro, the turn point 1. Some hills to go there, and then when they will turn to the north, turn to the right to turn point 2, the mountains will be much higher, and it will be very different for the pilots. You can see the start line here, and you can see the maximum altitude 1,800 meters above mean sea level, so QNH and not above ground level, which means it's approximately 1,000 200, 1,300 meters above ground level for information, and the ceiling is at 1,800 meters. So there is 400 meters, 500 meters of difference between the maximum start altitude and the ceiling today for the pilots. So it will be interesting to see if they climb very quickly into one of the first thermals, or if they manage to glide a little bit further to escape the crowded first thermals. As well, they will have several options to the left and to the right here for the start, with a few ridges on the left and the right, a few cumuluses everywhere. So the wind is blowing from 223 degrees for 14 kilometers per hour. As I said, weak thermals 1,800 meters above ground level, with a normal width of thermal. 4/8 of cumulus also, so 3 to 4/8. And then we have some wave system today. The wave is active with 10/10 of stability above the cumulus clouds, but there is not a lot of air mass moisture. That's why you don't see the lenticular clouds here, but there is some wave systems that are active. So it might affect the pilots on the way to the turn points on the task. It might affect them for sure if the wave is not in phase with the ridges and so on. So it's going to be interesting. Then we have some thunderstorm between turn point 1 and turn point 2. There is a thunderstorm area moving towards the southeast, towards the track of the pilot. They should be able to avoid it, but it's very rainy there. Rain showers, thunderstorms, and but better climb rates as well. The ceiling is slightly lower, 200 meters lower, so 1,600 meters above ground level, but you have moderate thermals, and we expect good thermals around the thunderstorm area. So we'll see how it goes for the pilots there. And then we have two blue thermal areas, so very close to turn point 3, around turn point 3, and all the way leading to turn 0 and turn point 4, there is blue thermals. So there are blue thermals for the pilots around there. So it's going to be interesting. The wind is always blowing from the southwest, but the pilot will land facing east. So there is a small weather setting for around the airfield of Cherno, with some light wind blowing from the east to allow safe landings there. That's what we can do in virtual gliding, and that's really good to do. I see a lot of comments already. Happy and safe flying. Thank you everyone for joining. I'm gonna try to connect quickly to YouTube again to follow what you're saying, guys. What aircraft are the guys in? They are all flying in the same aircraft, which is very surprising. They had the chance to choose 4 different type of aircraft, of sailplanes, of glider, let's say, but they all selected the same one, and it's not the best one. If you look at the statistics, it's the best one for the highest speed, but it's not the maximum speed. I mean, the VNE, but it's not the best one in all conditions. The Ventus is much better in weak thermals like we have today. So we will see. We will see. I mean, they all selected the GS3, so now it's kind of a monotype event, and only the skills of the pilots will make a difference, and not the machine anymore. So as well, it's quite interesting for us to follow that, because we cannot say, oh, he's been able to glide much better, or he's been able to climb much better because he had this glider or this glider, let's say. You must know that all the glider are the same with loading of 50 kilogram per meter square in virtual gliding. And for your information, if you follow the real Sailplane Grand Prix, for the next series starting in 2026, it's been increased to 51 kilogram per meter square for the Sailplane Grand Prix in 18-meter class. That's it. We are 5 minutes and 40 seconds away now from the start. We are with Maciej Cieslak. The pilots are flying around. We would have loved a Gruno baby along with the GS3. I do agree, Hugo. I do agree. It would have been nice. We need to make some old school events. Maybe we've made one ASK13 event when the ASK13 came out on Condor. It was pretty fun because we had on the server some people who usually don't fly the competitions. Those are really elite top competitions. And for the SK13, we had a lot of different people just flying for fun with us, and it was really cool to discuss it. We had the developers from Condor as well, so the viewers were able to ask the questions to the developers of Condor and so on. So it was really nice. Hugo, is there another Dutch Sailplane Grand Prix this year? No, there is no Sailplane Grand Prix planned for Series 13. So the website is sgp.aero, and you can have a look at Series 13 already. You have the schedule available there on top of the website, and you can see all the venues there. And yeah, the planning, it's basically 6 to 7 Sailplane Grand Prix per year. And Terlet did not bid for Series 13. They loved it, and I think they will bid for the next one, but not for this one. It was too close to bid for another one straight away. But they made they will host the Dutch Nationals in Terlet. So if you want to compete to the Dutch Nationals, you are more than welcome to go to their website and to register for the Dutch Nationals in Terlet. Hello from Japan. Hello to you. Very happy to have a lot of people from around the globe tonight following us. We are 3 minutes and 30 seconds or so away from the start. Tell me in the comments, what's your bet for tonight? The pilots are getting ready now to start. Who do you think will win the race tonight? I know we talked about Arne Martin already. We know he needs to win. It's a lot of pressure, obviously, for the pilots to try to win a race like this. And for him, obviously, it's even more pressure when you know that you are the reigning champion. But he definitely needs points. He was a little bit unlucky, and the other pilots were very good. They were very good pilots, and they made amazing tasks so far. So it's not easy for for Arne Martin. I hope he's gonna make some points tonight. Yuki Kazama in front of us, the pilots from Japan, really good flying for the first two races in the points on both days. So it's pretty cool, honestly, to follow. I'm just gonna take my list with the overall results, the overall ranking, so I don't make any mistake for anyone tonight. But I think Yuki is well placed. I think should be on fifth or sixth place. Let me check quickly. Is eighth place with 5 points, so he scored probably 3 and 2 points. He scored 5 points on the first day. Oh, and my bad. I thought he made the top 10 yesterday, but that's not correct. He didn't make the top 10, but it was very close. He was leading. That's why he was leading at turn point 1 and leading at turn point 2, and then he got stuck around Les Blades, just like a lot of pilots. So that's why he didn't make the top 10. It was very tricky yesterday to make it from the blue area and to glide and then get back to Les Blades Valley and then try to get into the ridges to fly to Rivoli. It was very intense for the pilots, very difficult. Oscar Niner, that's a prediction with Benedict. Hello, Benedict. Glad to see you here tonight with us. I have a feeling that November will win today. The race will start in about 50 seconds from now. Let's have a look. They are all together right now. Only Uniform Tango is a bit is right above the airfield. Is approaching the airfield. Sierra Lima Lima as well on the right of the track, and they are all together. It's going to be interesting to follow Charlie November Norbert Kiss point of view from the start. So we are in Zeltweg, race 3 of the third FAI World Sailplane Grand Prix final. The race is going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. The race is on for the pilots. And it seems to be very difficult. A lot of pilots in the same area here. They are all starting together. We are with Ryan Wood, Witold Rozak. Next to him, Sierra Lima Lima, Janes Staff, Arthur Duke. 330, Nico Bianchi next to Ryan Wood. David Redman. And they are going on this ridge. Flying on the ridge first. Masiec in Victor Lima Zulu just behind. Yuki Kazama as well. Sean Churchill, the winner from yesterday, is here. Do you have a view from Arne Martin and Jeroen Jenen, please? Frank Schwetzfeger is pulling up and taking a thermal, maybe stopping. David Redman turning. So that's Arne Martin Guttler. And Oscar Niner has stopped with David Redman. Some pilots have stopped already. Richard Frawley, Sean Churchill, David Redman. 4 or 5 pilots. I think Charlie November is there as well. Yes, 5 pilots around here. 6 pilots even with Kuba in Kilo Juliet. So Kuba, Norbert Kiss, Richard Frawley, Sean Churchill, David Redman and Frank Schwetzfeger have stopped climbing, taking a left turn here. Maybe we can have the inside view from Norbert in the first thermal here. And the other pilots are flying just next to this ridge towards turn point 1. They have 45 kilometers to fly to reach turn point 1. And we are inside with Norbert Kiss in the GS3. They are climbing now in the first thermal, and you can see the cumulus clouds. They are not that great. You can see it's really weak weather for the pilots. They know the shape of the clouds. They know what they can expect from the thermals, if they are going to be good or bad, just looking at the shape of the clouds already in Condor. I will not give an average climb, but you can see it next to me. You can see the variometer, because it might give some information to the pilots in front. It's a pretty good thermal, I would say, for the condition of the day. And I don't think there is any cloud above, on top of them. So they are really climbing in the blue for now, and we must see a cloud forming in a few moments. Very interesting view from the inside. You can see he's really watching out inside if there is no other pilots, if there is no risk for any collision or whatever, really looking out. Frank Schwetzfeger is on top. Sean Churchill, Fox Uniform 2. And let's get back to the 3D view. Thank you very much. Let's continue with maybe Kilo 12, Doug. Doug is really below now, flying maybe too fast. Can we have the average speed of the pilots or the description? Okay. All right, so we continue like this. Then we will switch to the 2D view in a few seconds or a few minutes. So the pilots continue towards the ridges, and they are quite low. JJJ not flying today. It's a question. Let's see if no, he's not in the server, so maybe he got disconnected, or there was something. Oh, Tim Bayan saying Jeroen JJJ could not attend this evening. But Jeroen already scored 11 points, and as I said, as I explained, you only need to make it in the top 10 to then progress to the last and final race. So he's got quite some points already. It's not a guarantee to make it in the top 10, but he's not there. He was unavailable. Good luck, Kazama. So Yuki Kazama in November Golf Sierra and Ukyo in uniform Tango, the Japanese pilots. Both pilots qualified through the Asia qualifiers last summer in European time. I hope Ryan Wood wins from Stephanie Grant. It can be a good day for Ryan. Davis Chapins is flying with Nico Bianchi and Witold Rozak. I think the two of them are really having the same style of flying. Witold and Nico, they are flying really closely together. It was the same for the first two races, or ended up together at some point. So it's really interesting to follow them. I think they really fly the same type of soaring. I mean, they really do the same fly skill and so on. So very interesting. Yuki Kazama is right here in November Golf Sierra. Victor Lima Zulu. We're keeping our fingers crossed for November, Janesh Staff. Thank you all for being here tonight. If you have some questions, you can ask. Maybe we can have a look at the 2D view to see who is going where and what's going on. I see, yeah, five pilots all together here. Really good. Ryan Wood, they must be careful. And turning left, probably taking a thermal here. It looks good. And they are going to be joined by the pack. There are going to be 8 in this thermal. And we can see Kilo Juliet climbing at the back, in the background, with David Redman, Oscar Niner, and so on. Really good. Witold Rozak stopping with Nico Bianchi too. Very nice. And let's have a look at the 2D view. So we can see the start and the way towards the turn point 1. Okay, so they have 45 kilometers to fly. We can see a uniform tango. Uniform tango, he went straight ahead, really straight, maybe with the autopilot there to because he had an issue or something to do, because it was super straight to fly like this. And now he's going with Doug in Kilo 12, a US pilot. And so the wind is blowing from the southwest. So they are really perpendicular to the wind now on that ridge. And they will try to find a good thermal here. They will try to find a good thermal to then continue towards the turn point 1. Then we have Santiago Lopez, the Colombian pilot in Sierra Lima, here crossing the valley. He was with Witold Rozak, and he's going with Doug and uniform tango with Ukyo. We have a big pack of about 8 gliders together with Witold Rozak, Arthur Duke, as I said, Hotel Golf One. So that's Ryan Wood. We've seen them. We've seen Nico Bianchi with them as well. And then another pack who stopped earlier with Norbert Kiss, David Redman, Franz Schwetzweger, and Kuba is still climbing in this thermal, and he's reaching 2,341 meters. He's the highest pilot at the moment, so the ceiling is quite good. 2,400 meters roughly. It's pretty good, and they can move forward. I'm quite surprised to see, honestly, the pilots, so Redman, Norbert Kiss, and Franz Schwetzweger joining the other group here. Maybe they could have fly straight ahead to join Uniform Tango and Kilo 12, because that's a big detour again to make. So obviously the wind is very perpendicular to the track that we can see that they have taken, the track between Redman and Rozak here. But still, it's a big detour to make that. It's 45 degrees off, and you really need to have good weather to make this type of decision. It needs to be much better in front of you if you want to do the 45 degrees off track. So it's a big choice that the pilots have made. This is the base weather. we're gonna be in tonight. This is really weak thermals, but high ceiling. And in Condor, you need sometimes to learn not to fly too fast. And the pilots are used to fly fast, usually in Condor. With the race that we had yesterday and the day before, they flew quite fast, 150 kilometers per hour. And now they are struggling low because as well the start line was lower than the previous days compared to the ground. So it wasn't easy for a start. So they really need to find a good thermal to then start properly the task. Santiago Lopez is doing a very good ridge flying now, really good ridge flying, just following the crest. It's great having one person view in air. Yeah, exactly. We can have a look later on again at the view from Norbert Kiss. He's climbing, so they have joined the main pack here. But I see Sean Churchill. That's it. Sean Churchill has left with Oscar Nainer, David Redman to go more towards the turn point one. And Norbert Kiss has left to be with Vitol Rozak. They are not at the ceiling yet. Again, we had the question yesterday again. Are all the pilots in air also pilots in real life? So that's true. Indeed, we discussed that yesterday. Most of them, I would say, at least, yeah, most of them have flown before or are still flying gliders in real life. If not all of them. Really, it's like at least 18 pilots, and for 2 of them, we are not sure. We need to ask, but they really are real glider pilots too. So that's pretty amazing to follow, obviously for us. And some of those pilots are flying in real life. They have just 300 flight hours, and they are not at all competitors in real life. They are not doing world championship or whatever, and they are doing world championships in virtual life, in virtual gliding. So it's pretty fun to follow, because it means that you can have the level to do world class events in real life too. We have Jeroen Jenen. He's not here today, but he's a world champion in real life, and he's flying in virtual in the finals too. We have Arne Martin Göttler, world champion in virtual, and competed to the last Sailplane Grand Prix final in Saint-Auban a few months ago. So it's really, really a big, I mean, top pilots here at this event tonight with us for the race 3. And Arthur Duke has left. Warning, not recommended for anyone who's hurt already has trust issues. I agree. Yeah, this is a crazy sport. Amazing sport, to be honest. We're having a lot of fun always in gliding. It's very amazing to use the power of nature to fly those gliders without any fuel. My club sometimes hosts online competitions, so that's fun. Exactly. A lot of federations around the globe are hosting national virtual gliding events now, or just winter events. So it's pretty cool, honestly. Let's continue with Richard Foley in Fox Uniform 2. Oh, and we can see a place that is really nice with those windmills. And we actually planned to make a esports series race here, and it could have been a loop where you need to to fly in between those windmills and to try to fly as fast as possible. It can be some stupid challenge to do here online with some people. It's pretty fun. So I think so far the overlay of the average speed, kilometers, and so on are not working for now. So we are trying to fix the issue in the background, and hopefully it will come back in a few minutes. You can see it's not easy. He's really sinking here, Richard. Really sinking. He's not flying very fast because the wind is blowing from the front left, really. So it's going to be better right now for him. And he can make it towards the turn point. I mean, he can just glide towards the turn point, and there are a few cumulus clouds there. but it's not really nice to fly that low. And you only rely then on one thermal or something. So not nice. David Redman is going, I think. He's trying to get a thermal still. Frank Schwetzweger is here. So there is definitely something. The pilots are trying out. But there is some hot air mass here to help them reach a higher altitude. Fox Uniform 2. So that's still Richard flying around. So Richard Foley didn't get any points yet. He is flying in real life. He owns a GS3 in real life, and he was flying the OC Nationals a few days ago. Richard. Is a crash a DNF, or you can respawn with penalty? No, it's a DNF, a crash. A crash is it ends your day. Indeed, you. So DNF is did not finish the task. For information. Question I've seen as well. Can you show us the climb rate? And I just explained a few seconds ago. It's not working yet, and we're trying to make the overlay work with the climb rate and all the information on the left. So unfortunately, you don't have the data yet, and I don't have it either, so I cannot tell you more for each pilot. Norbert Kiss, can I play with you? Yes, you can play. I'm gonna send you a link. It's very easy to come and join us, and we have some guidance for you. So there is a link now on YouTube and Twitch. virtualriding.fai.org/join us. Supporting Nico from Spain. I see in the comments. Kilo 12, Doug. So Doug from the US, he didn't score points as well, so he wants to get some points, and I think he's flying towards the turn point 1 right now. It's not easy. He's low, just like the other pilots. Let's go back maybe to the 2D view to try to have a look at where the pilots are for now. That's interesting because we can see Santiago Lopez and Uniform Tango leading the race on the track. We can see 8 Fox Echo Dafir Araki from Morocco. Behind them, Arthur Zouk, Doug that we were flying with. Arne Martin Gutler is on his way to join them, and Arne Martin is at 2,100 meters approximately in green. Then we have is being followed, so that's great, by Ryan Wood in Hotel Golf 1, 2,167 meters in yellow at the center of your screen. And then if we go to the windmills on top, we can see Victor Lima Zulu there around Lachtal. And he's with a big pack of around 7-8 gliders here near Lachtal. Fox Uniform 2, Victor Lima Zulu, Sierra 19, and they are being joined by another big group of about 6-7 pilots. Kuba in Kilo Juliet, Nico Bianchi in 330, Norbert Kiss in Charlie November, and they are flying much higher. And the highest pilots right now is Yuki Kazama in November Golf Sierra, 2,500 meters. So that's pretty good. And they're going to reach the high mountains in a few minutes, and the ceiling is going to be even higher for the pilots pretty soon. Much higher than it was yesterday when they were flying across the mountains near Les Bled, west of Les Bled. It was very difficult for them. Very difficult. They were the clouds were really at the top of the ridges, and it wasn't easy at all. Back with the leader Santiago Lopez now. and he's trying to climb. Do you know if most pilots fly VR or head tracker or just normal PC joystick? Well, most pilots around the globe normal PC joystick or even with a mouse. Some pilots only fly with this, but in Condor and in competitions in Condor, most of them fly with force feedback joystick. You have a few force feedback joystick on the market, but they were created 10 to 20 years ago already, and it's difficult nowadays to create new force feedback joysticks. There are a few out, but not a lot. So force feedback joystick, because you can feel in Condor the the force feedback. It's really good, really good. It works quite well. Then you have the I showed that a few days ago, the stuff from Chevierts. I'm showing it again. The glider quadrants, and you have so flaps, air brakes, and the trim right here, and a few buttons like release button, and I'm putting the gear here, and at the end of the air brakes, for example, there is another button for the wheel brake. So that's pretty good. So I fly with this, and I don't have the Quest 3 with me. I fly with the Meta Quest 3, and most pilots fly with those type of accessories. The minimum is to have a force feedback joystick if you want to compete at a very high level in Condor. If you don't have the feedback, you don't feel when you're stalling. It's not as good when you are in the thermals compared to the others, but you can still manage good flying with just a normal joystick and a track AR. So you can have something on your cap. The track AR is very easy. You have a cap and you have a triangle here with some visors and some white panels, and it's being captured with infrared captors. And when you're moving around with your head, then the screen is moving around too. There is something good as well. If you have a webcam or camera, there is a small software that you can install to do track AR without having any track AR uh, hardware. It's automatic. It's just following your eyes, and it works quite well. Let me see if I have it here. No, I don't have it here. I will try to find the name of it, but there is an open source software that is doing kind of the same as the track AR, but without any need for a cap or whatever, and it's pretty good. Let me have a quick look. I think it was something like Open Track or similar on GitHub. Yes, it is Open Track. It is Open Track. Yeah. So you can have a look at that. I will try to forward you a small link for Open Track. Open Track AR. I have a YouTube link, and yeah, Softonic. It's from Softonic. Let me show you that. It's so opentrack.fr.softonic.com. That's where you can do that. You can indeed use your phone with OpenTrack. You can use your camera or whatever, and it works quite well. If you don't have the budget to buy a MetaQuest, honestly, the MetaQuest 3 is the best of the best. It just plug and play with Condor, and it works so well. Like the when you are inside, it's really much better than when you're flying a computer. For the first flight, it's going to be a little bit difficult. You need to adapt yourself to flying VR, but then when your body and your mind realizes what it is, and that you're just fixed on a chair but still flying, then it's much better. You're not sick anymore, but you can feel some sickness at the beginning when you use it. But keep using it, use it. Make short sessions first, and then continue using it, and it's so much better in VR. I only fly in VR now. It's absolutely amazing to do, honestly. Yeah, yeah. Can I use my phone with OpenTrack? Indeed, you can use any phone. You need to link it with your computer, so there are a lot of softwares to do that. One very good is Osmo. No, Camo Studio. You can use Camo Studio to do webcam stuff. I think you can link Camo to OpenTrack. I've flown once with my friend VR headset, but it's really nice. Yeah, it's really amazing, and we encourage you to buy that if you can. or your gliding clubs to buy that. It's much better than having the fixed simulator in a room. That's not as good as just playing VR with proper material in your hands. Could I played around with Condor 2 during COVID, but didn't get too far into it. Just a cheap non-force feedback joystick. It's really good to start with, and during COVID, it was more than enough for a lot of people, honestly. So if you want to continue and to get back to Condor 3, just buy Condor 3. Try to buy Microsoft for Feedback 2. That's the one everyone is using. Almost it's very cheap on eBay from time to time. So try to do that. And then you have indeed the stuff from Cheverts that is quite good. To the view, we are approaching the turn point 1. We are talking, but pilots are progressing now. And Santiago Lopez from Colombia is going to be the first pilot to reach turn point 1 again. He was the first one reaching turn point 1 yesterday, making his own flight. He likes to fly solo, I think, without the crowded thermals, without the gaggles around him. And he's at 1,460 meters, so he's not very high, but there are some cumulus in the area around the turn point. We could see that in the background. There's a few cumulus here. We have uniform Tango Ukyo behind, followed by 8 Fox Echo Dafir Araki. So 3 pilots who did not score points yet, but who can score points, who are able to score points. There it is, Santiago Lopez, pardon, in Sierra Lima Lima. Sorry, 8 Fox Echo Dafir is quite low. Is much lower, Dafir. And we can see that some other pilots stopped. Oscar Niner, David Redman, they climbed. We were with this view a few minutes ago. They climbed very high. They climbed to 2,500, 2,600 meters here. So they are really high now. They are in a good position to continue and get a safe and smooth flight towards turn point 1 and then turning right to go to turn point 2 in the high mountains. We're still trying to recover, by the way, the overlay with the variometer, speed, everything, but it seems that it's not working for now. Unfortunately, the OBS, it's been, not going to explain technically, but it's been fed with everything, but it's not going into the live, unfortunately. So yeah, Frank Schwetzfeger was at 2,526 meters a few seconds ago. Yeah, it's just not going into hold on a second. Mm-hmm. So uniform Tango climbing with Sierra Lima Lima. Sean Churchill is right there. Sean at about 200 meters, I would say, here. And you will be able to go straight ahead to the thermal Sean Churchill. Winner from yesterday's race, Sean. Well done. And Sean Churchill from the United Kingdom is eventually the first pilot to reach the turn point 1. We started the race 30 minutes ago, and they are only reaching the turn point 1. It was 45 kilometers away from the start. So it's a slow start for the pilots, 90 kilometers per hour average for them. Very slow start. It's been difficult to climb, to escape from Zeltweg. They made a lot of detour as well to avoid being low, but they are almost all of them at a high altitude now. Oscar Niner is at 2,500 meters. At least you have some information at the bottom of the screen here. That's what we can do for now. Functions figure. Dafir from Morocco, 8 Fox Echo, turning this turn point second position, followed by Ukyo from Japan, third place. Go, Uniform Tango. Well done, Ukyo. Ukyo Tsutsumi. And Oscar Niner, French Schwetzfeger, has turned in fourth position, fourth place. The first turn point at 2,400 meters now. Well done, Oscar Niner. Sierra Lima. Lima is going to be the next one. Santiago Lopez. And he's quickly chased by the pack now. The pack is really high at 2,400 meters, even higher than that. With David Redman, Fox Uniform 2, Charlie November, Victor Lima Zulu. Mike Alpha, Arne Martin is there with Nico Bianchi and Delta Charlie. Well done, Santiago Lopez. David Redman reaching the turn point as well. Fox Uniform 2, Richard Frawley. Norbert Kiss as well is here from the inside. Yes, turning left. And let's get maybe the inside view of Norbert in a few seconds. Victor Lima Zulu as well, and that's the inside view, the point of view with Norbert turning sharply at Muroschlaus, and we're going to turn point 2 now. Niederoblarn. It's difficult for me to say it. Niederoblarn, 43 kilometers. And we are going to the mountains, and you can see the thunderstorm on the left of the screen. You can see heavy rain showers there. Heavy rain showers. And they will need to avoid this. And the track is slightly to the left. You can see it on his flight computer just right here. The track, the black track, is the way towards the next turn point. Let's continue with Norbert, and indeed the rain showers are right there. Very heavy rain showers. Sean Churchill is below. He's quite low, but he's going to go there. And you can see the turn point. The next turn point is there, top right of your screen. That's where they need to go. So he will try probably to climb in front of the rain showers, but it's not going to be easy. And below, and you can see the thunderstorm as well. Or he can try to do some ridge flying on the right side here. That's probably what he will try to do, but there are no cumulus clouds on this ridge. We need to go after this ridge, or at the end of the ridge, to find a cumulus cloud to climb. Not easy flying at 200 kilometers per hour, 1,800 meters above mean sea level. Where is the pack? Thank you. Arthur Zuk is behind, and then we have the whole pack behind at 2,500 meters. So he's much lower, Sean, much lower, and you can see the distance and the speed. Thank you. 98 kilometers per hour average for Sean now. After 33 minutes and 30 seconds, 55 kilometers flown out of 203 kilometers. Sierra 19, so that's very well done. Very well done, guys. And we have indeed 19 pilots. Jeroen Jennen is missing tonight. If you missed the information, he's not there on the server. He's not able to join us, unfortunately. Frank Schwetzweger is in a very good position, Frank. Very good position for the German pilots. With the thunderstorm in the background and the very heavy rain showers here. 2,360 meters. Do you have more questions, everyone? Don't forget to like and to subscribe to our channels. It looks so hard to climb from low altitude. I do agree. It was very difficult for them to climb after the start, to find a good lift, to manage to climb very high. Also, you are flying all together and you're kind of attracted by the pilots in front of you, so you tend to leave earlier the thermals than if you were flying alone. Sean Churchill is indeed flying some ridge. Not that great, but still he can make it. Doug in Kilo 12 has turned point 1. We can see it bottom left of the screen. And coming back, was there a thermal? I'm not sure. Masiej following Oscar Niner. So the ridge that CR19 is flying, Sean Churchill is flying, is more steep. It looks much better, but you have the thunderstorm coming in, and it might affect the ridge. So obviously, Arne Martin, Mike Alpha, Oscar Niner, David Redman, they are flying on another ridge, which is not affected or less affected by the thunderstorm area. And yes, it's more flat. It's not as steep on the other one, but you have a few cumulus clouds, as you can see, and they are higher. There are some mountain pass at the end of this valley, and they need to fly above those mountain pass. So whatever happens, they need to climb a little bit to be able to go to the next turn point now. That's the main challenge for the pilots. Yeah, the terrain is rising fast now, as you can see on your screen. I'm interested to see the ridge on the right because I think it's quite good as well. It looks good. They are going straight to the turn point now, but I think on the right it's pretty good too. Is it possible to get struck by lightning in Condor? Yes, you can go into the lightning, but I don't think you have the animation of getting struck like this. I'm not sure. I don't think so because we all try to avoid those. I've flown in some of them. You see what you see when you are flying inside under the heavy rain showers in Condor with the thunderstorm. You see some flashes, a lot of flashes, just like in an airliner. Actually, a lot of flashes around the cockpit, so it's not really good. And you are IMC, you are not VFR anymore, or VMC anymore at least, and so it's very difficult to fly. I mean, only with your instruments in Condor, it's not well. In the glider, it's not that great. It's gliders are not made to fly in inferno storm, obviously. So back with Davis Chapins and Frank Schwetzweger is climbing. He got something. Mike Alpha is trying to get a good climb here. He's sinking, accelerating again. I can see some dolphin flight with Victor Lima Zulu in front. Yuki Kazama is still there, the Japanese pilot. Getting a good thermal. Turning left. Climbing. Jan Staff climbing here. Well done, Davis. In a good position today, Davis Chapins. Davis got 6 points on 7th place overall. If he wins the day, he can be in a very good position afterwards to qualify for the last race. In a very good position. With TC1. The rain is very well animated in Condor indeed. And we are climbing with around 3 meters per second. So it's pretty good. Pretty good climb. Maybe even better. If we see Charlie November thermaling at some point, we can have the inside view. Yes, Charlie November is joining them, so maybe we can have the inside view in a few moments of Norbert to see what it's like to be inside. Nice. Very nice. 3 meters per second. Sorry, I'm gonna try to go to the right so that you can see a little bit much better. Yeah, it's around 3 meters per second, indeed. And flying at 105 kilometers per hour, roughly. Now leaving the thermal to see what are the other pilots doing, because they are climbing there. I'm wondering if Sean Churchill has been able to climb, or he's stuck. Oh no, he's been able to continue. He passed through the mountain pass. So those guys, they needed to climb to be able to pass the mountain pass. But Kilo 12 on the left and Sean Churchill, they've been able to go straight without having this high mountain pass. The mountain pass was much lower. It was just a valley continuing to the turn point. So it was not that bad to do that, Sean. And now he's continuing. And if he gets a good, very good thermal, Sean, he can get back in the race because he's lower than those guys. And if he gets a really good thermal, then he has not lost it all, obviously. He's leading, but much, much lower. He needs to climb. So let's try. Let's hope for him that he will find something great. That's a really cool view here from the inside. You can really see what the pilot sees and how the cumulus are shaped and how it is right here from the flight deck, from the cockpit. Look at that, 4 meters per second, really pulling. He's enjoying it, pulling the flaps and so on. Amazing. That's really nice. When you're there, it's so nice, so nice. Like the mountains are amazing here. Absolutely amazing. The weather is so nice. I think they are really enjoying this phase of the flight right now. This moment is quite cool for them. Super cool to do it from the inside here. And you can see him accelerating again. Trimmer down. We have Davis Chapin, top right of your screen. The US pilots. In front of him, we have Yuki Kazama and Witold Rozak. We have as well November. Jan Staff, Oscar Niner obviously leading this pack. And you are really looking outside when you're flying and in transition, looking at the cloud shape, looking at where is the wing, thinking about where is the wing coming from? Where do I need to be placed here under this cloud to get the maximum of energy I can take from it? So they are really following those clouds here. It's not a cloud street yet, just a small line of clouds. We talked about cloud streets, we've seen cloud streets, especially in race 1. It was very interesting to follow and to talk about it. But they're just following a ridge with some clouds popping up on top of the ridge. Let's get back to the 3D view with some adapted technical stuff bottom left of your screen now, and we cannot do better than that, unfortunately, for today. So you will have at least the view and the information for each pilot as from now. Bottom left of your screen. So we are with Norbert Kiss. We left the inside view from Norbert, and we are now in 3D view again. Very nice mountains, and the turn point is very close now from the pilots. Go Alpha Mike, which is from the Swedish VRST community. And yeah, and by the way, Arne Martin has been able to create a huge landscape for Condor 3 of Norway. And then I invite you to download it. I downloaded it a few days ago. I still need to try it, but it looks really nice, and I hope we're going to be able to make a race on one of this on this landscape. It's a really nice country in Sweden, and we have a Sailplane Grand Prix next year in Sweden in Starmon. Let me find for you the dates as we're talking about it. Sean Churchill leading and climbing. I think he found something great, but yeah, the other pilots are 400, 500 meters above him, so he can still manage to climb well, I'm sure. So Starman will be the third Sailplane Grand Prix of the season in 2026, from the 28th of June to the 4th of July, and you are more than welcome, all of you, to join us. I'll probably be there. I may do some comments, live streaming from Norway with you in June, July, to advertise the event in Norway in the platform of Starmon, Elverum Starmon in Norway, the Ole Reichstad Center. And you have the link right here, sgp.aero/Norway 2026. We are approaching turn point 2, and the average speed is going to be much better now. They've flown 81 kilometers, and they are approaching Niederoblarn. They had to race for 43 kilometers between turn point 1 and turn point 2. And the next one, let's look at the classification quickly. Frank Schwetzweger, 83 kilometers, flown 46 minutes, 108 kph. That's much better. The speed is increasing. The speed is increasing for Frank. Richard Foley is behind, and let's have a look at Frank. We are at turn point 2, 2,400 meter. You can see the turn point 3, Garten, in the background here. And you can see, so the wind is blowing from behind. They have some downwind now, blowing from the southwest, and we're going to turn point 3 here. So we can expect him to lure to go slightly to the left, probably to those nice peaks, nice mountains, and then we will see what the pilots will do afterwards and if they will split. Congratulations, Frank Schwetzweger, the first one to turn the turn point 2. Followed by Maciej Cieslak in Victor Lima Zulu. Well done, Maciej. From Poland. Richard Foley from Australia will want to score some points today. He needs some points, and he's flying with his compatriot David Redman. They both crossed the turn point 2, flying very well, 230 kilometers per hour, flying fast, trying to fly fast. Tuesday, Chin Chin flights take place on Southern Norway 5. So let's go on Chin Chin. So Chin Chin is a daily race at 5:30 p.m. Central European Time. So it's 4:30 p.m. UTC time, okay? And you can fly online to try gliding racing online, okay? It's really good to start flying online, those Chin Chin race. You have daily races like this, a lot of servers, and you can try it out at 4:30 p.m. UTC. There are a lot of different online races, and on our Discord channel, you can follow the community that is close to you in your country or in your continent, and they often organize daily races as well. But Chin Chin Flight is really a kind of a very international daily race that we have in the Condor community that is super nice. I try to fly some of them when I'm available too, and it's super fun to do. Yuki Kazama from Japan is still there, just like yesterday and the day before, flying very well with the main pack, with the leading pack. Janusz Staff in front of him in November. Thanks everyone for following us. I'm looking at your comments or your questions. Don't forget to like and to subscribe to the channels, please. Let's have a look at the 2D view. So the pilots are all in between turn point 2 and turn point turn point 1 and turn point 3, apart from 8 Fox Echo. The Moroccan pilot Dafir Ariki is stuck there at low altitude, Dafir 1000 meter. We could see him coming in the valley, and it was very difficult. He struggled to find the climb, and that's why he's that low here. And I hope he's gonna be able to climb back to a safe altitude to continue the flight and race with us. Behind, we have Ukyo in Uniform Tango and Arthur Duke in Alpha 33. And then joining in the turn point 2 are Sierra Lima Lima, Santiago Lopez from Colombia, and Doug in Kilo 12 from the USA. Cuba in Kilo Juliet is behind. Arne Martin Guttler and Sean Churchill are together with Hotel Golf 1, Ryan Wood, Charlie November, Norbert Kiss, and Nico Bianchi. We have as well Vitol Rozak and Davis Chapin. So that's a very good and very solid group, very solid pack. And in front of them, we have Yuki Kazama and Janusz Staff that we've seen. The two Aussies with Redman and Foley flying together. And finally, Frank Schwetzweger leading this race with Maciej Cieslak. Frank is flying at 2,100 meters, and the highest pilot is Arthur Zuk, behind, not below, at 2,661 meters with Uniform Tango, so that's quite good. They have a really good altitude. They took the time to climb high. Well done. And we continue to the turn point 3 in the background from Moritz. Let's go. November, Janusz Staff. And you can see him on the screen right now. Janusz in the GS3. Can you send a link to Chichin Races Discord server or something? Yes, I will do. I think Mark can do that for the Chin. And so the server list, what you need to do is to go to the Condor server list, first of all. And the server list is this one. I will show you the link. And on this page, you find every race available at any time. You can rank them with the amount of players in a session or stuff like this. And then you have the official servers from Condor CZ, Condor Volleyball, FAI Virtual Gliding, us, the Polish team, the US ranked team, and then you have the general server list. So have a look at that. And then for our Discord channel, I'm gonna give you that. It's on our website as well. It's available on our website, and this link should work for you. It's available on both YouTube and Twitch for the Discord link. And then on Discord, I'll tell you where to head to find the different communities, because we have a list of all the communities. You need to go to Airfield on the left of your screen when you're on Discord. Then you go to discussions, I think, and it should be there. When you go down, we should have the server list here or in the O2. Let me check. Sorry for the blah blah blah. Tac. Maybe in the O2. Yeah, it's in the O2. So in the welcome area of the Discord channel, you have the O2, and you can find the list of Condor communities worldwide. You can find how to fly with Ghost in Condor 3 to improve your racing. You have the Condor Help tool, I think created by David Redman here. We have some stuff about collision avoidance, some stuff about Arc Alpin 3, a famous landscape. You have some tips to come and compete to our events. You have tips to buy Condor, to start to play online, and so on. So it's a go-to place. The O2, you have get started as well with some information. So it's very good. If you join the Discord channel, then you can find a lot of information to join the races. Let's get back to the race with Yuki Kazama and Janusz Staff in a very good thermal air. Really enjoying. Now it was tough, very tough at the beginning of the race to climb. And now they're 2,300 meters. enjoying the nice thermals. Davis Chapins, Witold Rozak, Oscar Niner. Oscar Niner is really high, much higher than the others. Probably 2,600 meters. Janusz Staff, 2,300. They are flying safely, honestly. It's really good to witness the racing today taking place. And you can see that after that, they will probably just follow the ridge and follow the cumulus clouds. They will want most probably to climb as high as they can here to follow the clouds leading towards the turn point 3. You want to be high because after this ridge and after the next cloud, you don't have thermals anymore. Well, you have some thermals, but you don't have clouds. It's going to be blue thermals. It's going to be much more harder for the pilots, and they will want to fly together probably. So yeah, Julien, Flarm should beep like crazy. I do agree. In the thermals like this, so you have, if you, so the Flarm is, if you are newbie in Condor, it's a well, in gliding in general, it's an anti-collision system that we have in the gliders that is beeping and showing us a direction and a position above or below and direction, let's say 10 hours. So to the left, you have someone above and you can see it beeping. You can see it flashing with some red points, and you can have a look quickly at the instrument to see where is the glider that might collide with you, let's say. So to avoid it, you're going to have a look first, and then quickly look outside in the direction of the glider. In case you missed it before, because the first thing you do in a glider is just look outside, so you're not supposed to miss anything. But when you are with a lot of gliders in the same gaggle here, it's not always easy. You need to rely on the pilot that is flying just behind you. You need to take care of the pilots in front of you, and maybe we can have the live view with Norbert Kies from the inside to see what it's like to fly inside a thermal like this, but is slightly below the pilots. But look at it, is really looking around Norbert to ensure safety of the pilot. You can see on his flight computer as well the number of gliders, the red gliders here, and he's watching out. He doesn't have anyone really in front of him, so it's pretty easy for him, but he might have someone just behind him, so he needs to be careful. It's pretty nice, flying at 100, 105 kilometers per hour only. GS3 is a good climber. It's not bad. Yeah. And we can see the OCs, Redman and Foley on top. 3.7 meters per second average. 3.7 meters. It's pretty good. Really nice. Really nice. Oh, 2.7. Yeah, 2.7 to 3.7. It depends. So that's a pretty solid climb for everyone. Arne Martin Guttler is joining. Kuba is joining. Ryan Wood is joining. And the cloud is starting to disappear around here. So the other pilots coming in from behind might not be able to catch the thermal here. They will need to continue to climb later on after the ridge here and join the other cumulus clouds later on to be able to climb. So it's not, it's challenging. Gliding is challenging. That's why the ranking is always shuffling and changing during a race because the weather conditions are changing. Sometimes you are there at the right moment, and sometimes all the clouds are disappearing, thermals are disappearing, and it's getting much more difficult for you. So it's tricky. It's not always easy, and the aim of gliding, the sport, is to try to anticipate as much and as best as you can. In paragliding and gliding comps implement the leading points, more points for the pilot in front. Glider comps FAI is thinking to implement it. No, not at all. What we have in the Sailplane Grand Prix is that we have bonus points, and we can use bonus points. For example, we could say, okay, we give a bonus point to the pilot who will reach turn point 4 10.1 or 10.4, let's say, in first position. We can say that, but we don't do it. We thought about it already, about that. We thought about giving a bonus point to the pilot of the day, just like they have in Formula One as well. So the pilot who made the show, who made something really nice, who was leading for most of the time during the race, but who failed to win the race, for example. We thought about it. It might be in place in at some point during the series. It might happen. So we thought about that, but it's not implemented at all in gliding competition. You don't have any credit for being first somewhere. You just have the credit to being the fastest of the race. So in SGP, it's very easy. It's a regatta start. Everyone starts at the same time, so you just need to be the first one to cross the finish line. But in a normal classic gliding competition, you have a window start. So the window is open with a start line like this, and the window is open for 40 minutes or for 2 hours or unlimited time of opening of the window. And then you start whenever you want, and basically whenever you want is more or less the best time you think to have the best weather conditions throughout the task to achieve the best average speed. That's the differences between Sailplane Grand Prix and the classic uh, gliding competitions. So there we are. Franz left at 2,800 meters almost, and he's flying towards turn point 3. And it's blue. It's blue, blue, blue. The thermals are at 1,800 meters still. The weather is weak, so it's the same thermals. They're going to meet the same thermals, exactly same thermals, but you don't see the clouds. It's all blue. Now it's all blue, so they cannot rely on a cloud to find the thermals. They will find thermals when they follow the ridges, for sure, but they cannot follow just the clouds like this. So the clouds are just there on top of the thermals, usually to give you a visual cue, visual indication that the thermals is right there. Now you don't have this visual indication, so you need to find them by yourself. And taking the lead right now in such wide area, wide blue area, is not easy to do, honestly. So let's see what Frank will do. If he will want to stand by at some point and climb in something that is okay or weak, to stand by for the others and try to stay on top, or if he will want to continue and try to lead the race, continue to lead the race and attack to score the maximum number of points. Variometer is quite good for Frank at 210 kilometers per hour. About the same for David Redman. They're in a good air mass now. Davis Chapin's here. Yuki Kazama, about the same. Nico Bianchi and Vitol Rozak, even better. There are some wave systems as well. We talked about it quickly at the start of the task. Let's just focus quickly on Oscar Niner. Frank is reaching the turn point right now. Frank Schwesfeger, the first pilot to turn point 3. Niederoblarn. Well done, Frank. You were the first one as well on the second turn point. David Redman is the second one here at turn point 3. November. Janesh Staff in third place. Davis Chapins. Yuki Kazama joining in. Nico Bianchi, the pilot from Argentina, is here. Witold Rozak, the vice world champion of the first virtual Sailplane Grand Prix final in 2021. Witold from Poland, really solid pilot, really good pilot. Norbert Kiss, Charlie November has turned the turn point again. Norbert is in a good position to take points today. Again, yesterday he was second. Norbert, really strong race yesterday. So he got 8 points in total for now because he didn't score anything in race 1. And here is the classification. Dafir is still flying, by the way, and progressing. He's turned point one. He's been able to climb. We can see that. Then we have, let's get back to the top. Frank Schwetzfeger, so leading 119 kilometers per hour. David Redman, almost the same. Jan Staff, 118. Same for Davis Chapins. So the first group is 117 kilometers per hour and above, and the second group is between 112 and 116 kilometers per hour, let's say. That's good. Very good flying from the pilots. 2,300 meters, 2,400 meters for Vitold. I should have a look at the sailplanes that the pilots were flying at the first finals. I think that Vitold, yeah, I'm quite sure Vitold was flying the Ventus 3 at the time, and he's flying the GS3 now. And I don't remember for the second virtual SGP. So let's have a look very quickly, because it might be his first Sailplane Grand Prix event or Sailplane Grand Prix final with the GS3. Might be different for him. I have the total, but I don't have the. I don't have. Oh yeah, I have it now. Vitor Rosa. Yeah, he was flying a GS3 on the 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So he already flew a final in GS3. So the first one in Ventus 3 and the second one in GS3. And just so you know, for the second FAI World Final, 2-3 years ago in Pavulo, we had 4, 6. We had 8 Ventus 3. We had 8 Ventus 3 out of 20. Then we had 11 GS3 and 1 GS1. So we expected something similar, or some AS33 at least. And we don't have any. We only have GS3. So honestly, it's very surprising for us to see a final engine with just GS3. We know it's the best one if you fly fast and for the arrivals, and that's probably why they picked the GS3. That's because you have a very high VNE, higher than the S33 and slightly higher than the Ventus 3. But still, the Ventus 3 is very close in terms of high speed, and it's much better in weak thermals for today. So it's very surprising for us not to see it. It's still very, very surprising. But they made their choice, and we have a monotype event on GS3 now. Arne Martin, 2,200 meters, 212 kilometers per hour, sinking at 3 meters per second. Oh, wow. Frank Schwetzfeger, you can see him going there. And why do they go there? It's very easy to understand. Let's unzoom a little bit and have a look at the track between turn point 3 and turn point 4. Because basically, Frank in Oscar 9er is aiming for the ridge that is in front of him. There's a huge ridge coming from the south, from the northwest going to the southeast with high mountains. This ridge is perpendicular to the wind, and it's outside of the blue thermal conditions. So either you fly straight in the blue thermals following the first ridges here, or like what Kilo Juliet is doing, for example, you go straight on track because that's the same weather, exactly same weather, the same weather, but no blue thermals. Or you fly just like Oscar 9er is doing, and you go to the ridges there with some cumulus clouds. So you know that you have cumulus here, you can see the thermals, and you know if the thermal is good or bad, for example. So it's a big detour, but the ridge is well aligned, and you can see the cumulus clouds. So you need to decide, is it the best option to do the big detour, see the cumulus clouds, and fly fast on that ridge with those clouds? Or is it better to go straight for the same weather conditions apart from the clouds, and maybe fly faster with the same weather conditions? We're going to see different options. We have 3 different options now, with Oscar 9er alone there, a big group in the middle, and Cuba right on track. Cuba is on track. He's flying straight, and you can see he's climbing. There's 2 meters per second in straight line. going to Turnhout. Very interesting. You can see the clouds on the right as well for the pilots. You can see Oscar Niner is trying to get as soon as possible to the clouds, but others are going in the middle, like David Redman, like Yuki Kazama, you see, climbing in about 4 meters per second almost. No clouds, but they are climbing to 2,400 meters already and leaving because that's enough altitude for them to go to the next mountain, most probably, and to the first cumulus clouds that they can see. I expect them to do that to meet Oscar 9 again, but we will see. They might go to the track much earlier. I mean, it's possible to do that as well. We'll see if they want to take the high mountains, make a big detour, or go straight to Turnhout. Very interesting to follow for us. Those options are really interesting, honestly. Oh yeah, Scorpiox subscribed with Prime. If you have Prime, if you're using Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free. You can use your Prime subscription and subscribe to the Twitch channel. Subscribe to the Twitch channel. You should find a button to do that. Subscribe, and you can pay a subscription with money, obviously, but you can subscribe for free. And it helps you watch, and you can add more comments. You have some new emoticons that you can use in the chat, and so on, and unlock some points, and unlock as well FAI medals. We have gold. Sorry, how do you say that? Yeah, silver, bronze, 1 diamond, 2 diamond, and so on. When you subscribe to the FAI Virtual Gliding channel on Twitch, so please try to do that. S33 cannot drop enough weight due to its battery. It's a ME battery. So in Condor 3, indeed, you have the ME version, which is the electric engine version, and having an electric engine is quite heavy. Those GS3, they don't have any engine inside, so they are much lighter and they can bring more water ballast. The S33, I think the minimum in Condor is 49.6 kg per meter square, so they can just add 10 liters or so of water, so they can only drop 10 meters of water if they need to do that. And as well, another problem with the S33 is the VNE is much slower than the one of much lower, sorry, than the one on the GS3. So yeah, indeed. But technically, if you look at the statistics, and we have a lot of statistics to compare all of this, really, you can trust me on that. I can tell you that the 33 is the best one to use, but no one is using it. Is there a possible? I'm going to wait for the question to come up before commenting it. Is there a possibility probably for a GS3 RES or jet in game? Maybe, I don't know. The GS5 jet came out, so you have the GS3, the GS5, sorry, with the jet that you can try. GS5 is quite good. There's been some Twitch Chin races with the GS5, and it's flying quite well. Honestly, it's very close to the GS3, but much better wings. The wingspan is much higher, so the glide ratio is much better too. We have DC1, David Redman, Yuki, Norbert Kiss just next to the mountain. Vitor Drozak and Nico Bianchi left the thermal. I think they are joining Kuba. Yeah, Kuba is there, and Kuba is joining the ridge, so they will meet. So it's a very, very good flying, very good option from Kuba. He was behind, and now he's almost in the lead. It's a huge detour for Oscar Niner. You can see it. Yeah, GS1, GS5 in Condor and does really well. Exactly. It's much better to fly than the EV29, but the 29 is still the best open class machine for us in real life and in Condor, for sure. Frank Schwetzbecker right here. So he made a huge detour. Honestly, let's have a look at what's let's have a look at the 2D view. So we have the three options with Frank Schwetzbecker Ryan Wood here. Then in the middle, we have Charlie November, Norbert Kiss, David Redman, and so on. And Kuba made it on track and is followed now by Sean Churchill, Uniform Tango Alpha 33, straight on track, sorry. And he's been joined by Vitor Rozak and Nico Bianchi, and they are leading the race. They are on track, about the same position as Oscar Niner, but Oscar Niner is going to have a very nice reach to go towards the turn point as well. So very interesting options. I'm very happy to see the three options coming up now and pilots using them. The ones behind, trying to catch them up, taking a risk, taking a clear different option is really good to see, honestly. Mm-hmm. Shall we try to make a poll online on Twitch? If you are on Twitch, we're going to try to do that. And we're going to try to ask you a question. Let's go. You have 3 minutes to vote. 3 minutes to vote on Twitch. Who is going to be the winner of race 3? And you have a few options. And we are live from the cockpit with Norbert Kiss in Charlie November in the GS3 18-meter class. You really need to fly it manually now. You can see the variometer just next to me. You have the altimeter here. You can see 2000 meters, a 2 with the small small needle here, and a 0 for the long needle, 2000 meters. That's the variometer. The variometer is going up 2 meters per second, and you can see -5 and +5 on top. Above is an electrical variometer. It's roughly the same thing, but it's sometimes more accurate, or you can get informations more quickly. Then you have the huge flight computer in the middle with the map, and then top left is the anemometer, so that's where you can see the speed of the glider. Below is the radio, 123.50 is the radio, and then on the left, really left side of the cockpit is the of the panel is the bank angle indicator. And they are flying straight towards Turnhout. We are going to the reporting point, and to Turnhout, it was almost 80 kilometers to fly there from the turn point 3, from the previous turn point. And DC1, Davis Chapin is in a very good position as well. Let's go back to Norbert Kiss. Norbert 220 kilometers per hour, 160 kilometers flown out of 203. So only 43 kilometers to fly. Only 43 kilometers to fly. They're going to be very close to the final glide now. We can make a poll about the average speed of the race soon as well. The poll is going to end very soon. Who is going to win race 3? Who do you think is going to be the winner? You can bet in the comment sections as well on YouTube. Yuki Kazama. Amazing. And all the instruments are in metric system indeed. And yeah, in Condor, you can select metric or imperial system, by the way. If you fly in the US or in Australia, for example, you fly in feet instead of meters. So you can do that. Wow, a lot of votes in Twitch. Who is going to win race 3? 40% of you think that David Redman, Red from Australia, is going to win race 3. Then second place in this poll is Oscar Niner, Frank Schwetzweger with 27%. Then behind him with 20%, Nico Bianchi from Argentina. And then we have Witold Rozak with 13%. So that's very interesting to follow. And another bet on YouTube, Witold Rozak will win. I flown at Seaberg with speed in knots, 18 feet, and Vario in meters. Yeah, it's possible indeed. You can get Vario in knots as well. Let's make a new. Janusz doing good. Strength lies in peace. Yeah, doing a very good flight. Let me find the. Oh yeah, average speed question. What's coming up soon? What's the expected average speed for the winner of the race? You can vote on Twitch again. And you have a few options with a margin of 5 kilometers. Maciej Cieslak taking another route. Very interesting. Can we have the view to see what's in front of him? What's in front of Maciej, please? Okay, interesting. He needs to pass a mountain pass. Yeah. That might not be easy to go over that ridge. I understand why the others made a detour. Wow. Might not be easy at all. Because the wind is not really blowing in the right direction for him as well. It's blowing from the southwest. So it's not really great. Witold Rozak, David Redman are in a good position. Arne Martin Göttler is following Maciej, going straight on track. Yeah, and he's at about the same altitude, slightly higher, but it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy at all. It's difficult. It's difficult because he's at 190 kilometers per hour. Do you think that it's going to be enough to pass above this mountain pass or not? Or do you need to slow down really? Not easy. This ridge is going to be slightly better for VLZ and Mike Alpha, but still not that great. They are flying fast, but they really need not to have any sink in front of them. Are there any pilots who have stood out, or pilots we already know who have improved since the last championships? Well, I was having a look at the results from the previous championship, actually. So on virtualgliding.fai.org, you can go to archives section on top on the menu bar, and then you have second FAI Virtual SGP, the qualifying, and the World Final 2023. And you have the results from all the training and all the races that took place in the total. We had Sean Churchill in 5th place. Sean Churchill won yesterday again, but he won a race in at the second World Final, I think. No, but he was on podium on some days because we got interviews with Sean. I do remember that. Who else? I think the one that improved the most is maybe Norbert Kiss. Norbert Kiss ended up 13th from the second final, so that's quite good. And we are with Maciej, and he's been able to pass 155 kilometers per hour, so we can expect Arne Martin to make it as well. But the other pilots are racing. You can see them flying really fast, going to Turnhout. in Austria. Norbert Kies, 220 kilometers per hour. Maybe you can have an inside view quickly with Norbert here. November winner in of our hearts. Jan Staff. And they are going to fly just above those mountains. Very interesting view. So for the poll, what's the expected average speed for the winner of the race? 60% of you are saying between 135 to 140 kilometers per hour average. 20% between 130 and 135, and another 20% between 140 and 145 kilometers per hour. Thank you for the inside view. They've been able to pass. And Frank is coming from another direction. Congratulations to everyone. It's been very good competition so far. Thank you, and thank you for the pilots competing. Can we have the view in front of Frank Schwetzweger for a moment, please, just to see what's in front of him? Okay, that's good. That's good. There is a small mountain pass just next to me. He will make it. And we are 20 kilometers away from the finish line. 20 kilometers away from the finish line. The pilots must fly above the runway threshold, 30 meters above ground level. And that's a minimum of 808 meters. 808 meters. And they are flying at 1,300 meters for now. Witold Rozak flying very fast. Witold, well done. Very fast. Might be a good leader, Witold, at the end of the day, because Witold is the leader with Nico Bianchi of the competition after 2 race days. He might take the lead tonight, Witold Rozak. He already has 13 points. Go, go, go. From Super Bridge. Let's go, guys. Nico Bianchi just behind, slightly behind Nico. Let me write down a few numbers so that we can follow that together. So we are approaching the reporting point, 7 kilometers away from the finish line. Sorry, we are in final glide right now. Witold Rozak 1,070 meters at the reporting point. Well done, Witold, flying very fast. 216 kilometers per hour. Go Kazama, go Yuki. Nico Bianchi is following behind. Nico is a leader as well. They have 30 points, both of them, Nico and Witold. Frank is coming from below at a very high speed at 1,000 meters. The field is very close, but we believe in Jannes. He has a lot of fans, Jannes staff. Nico Bianchi, believe in yourself. I see that from the commentary section on YouTube. David Redman is very close to. Oh, it's going to be a crazy finish for everyone. It's going to be very tight after more than 2 hours of racing. Very tight. I mean, 2 hours in the air, 1 hour and 30 minutes probably of racing for the pilots. Witold Rozak, 220 kilometers per hour, flying fast along the hills. He has a very, very good lead. Very good lead. Witold. and he needs to reach turnout at 808 meters, 808 meters minimum. Let's see what they can do. And the battle behind is going to be absolutely crazy, and you will see the nice airfield of Turnau. Witold Rozak from Poland is the winner of race 3, winner of the last race of this weekend. Well done, Witold from Poland, and he's the leader of the overall scoring after this first weekend of racing. Nico Bianchi following, just behind. Second place for Nico. Well done, Nico. He's on second place of the overall. 8 points today. That's 21 points overall. David Redman, well done on the podium, David Redman. Redman on the podium. Who is behind Redman? Who is behind Redman? I missed it. NGS. Oscar Niner. November. We had DC1. Well done, everyone. Very tight. Charlie November is coming in. Norbert Kiss. Crazy arrival, crazy finish for the pilots. Look at the nice airfield from Turnau. Very nice airfield. We have Kuba, who made a great decision a few minutes ago, going straight into the blue. Very strong flying from Kuba. And is on 9th place. I think Kuba is closing in with 1 point today. Arne Martin Guttler, I believe, is on 10th position. I think no points for Arne Martin today. We have Ryan Wood, very close. Let me do some calculations. Let's have a look at the point of view of the arrival with Norbert Kiss in Charlie November a few seconds ago. He was just behind Janusz Staff on the arrival. Let's follow this together. Very nice and solid final glide from Norbert Kiss. Well done, Norbert. Dash finished with 133 kilometers per hour for Norbert. So we'll have a look in a few seconds. What was the correct answer of our poll? Ryan Wood from Canada is approaching, and yeah, it was 135 kilometers per hour for Witold Rozak for the winner. So 135. Only one person had it right. Between 130. No, sorry. 3 guys between 135 and 140. It was the most voted question, most voted answer, sorry. Between 135 and 140, more than 135 is good for you guys. So well done. Good guess. So Ryan Woods made it. I think 11th place for Ryan, and Sean Churchill, who made a great flight too. Winner from yesterday, 12th position. Ukyo Tsutsumi, sorry, is coming in. Good flying. Well done, Vitold from Josek. Well done. I was there. 8th place. Let me finish this. 10, and then I get Kuba, who didn't have any points before. Well done, Vitold. Whiskey, Romeo, whiskey. So I got some overall results after 3 days for you guys. We have the leader of the third FAI World Virtual Sailplane Grand Prix Final, Vitol Rozak, winner of the day, taking 10 points today with 23 points overall. He's followed by Nico Bianchi from Argentina, second place today, 21 points. Behind them, there is a gap, and we have Frank Schwetzweger with 15 points. Frank, that's what we expect from today's race. Then we have 12 points for Sean Churchill and Davis Chapins. 11 points for Jeroen Jenen, who did not fly today. He was not flying today, so he's missing some points today. Behind Jeroen, we have with 10 points Yuki Kazama in November Golf Sierra and Norbert Kiss in Charlie November, as well as David Redman in Romeo Echo Delta Red. That's it, I think, for more or less the top 10 of this overall ranking. Ukyo Tsutsumi completing the task. Well done, Ukyo. Shall we have a quick 2D view? Where are the next pilots? Oh, it's the last one. It's the last one to complete the task, meaning that the others have not been able to do it. I think I've seen Richard Foley being connected again to the server, so I guess he outlanded or he stopped the race. Richard, probably the same for Dafir. Same for Santiago Lopez. I did not see Santiago Lopez reaching the final line, the finish line. Sorry. So about, can you show us again, please, the ranking in live, just to have the view and see we completed the task or not, please. Yes, that's it. So we have, in total, we have 15 gliders in this. That's it, 15 gliders who completed the task. Doug did not complete it. Santiago Lopez did not complete it. Richard Floyd did not complete it. And Dafir Araki indeed did not complete it. What an exciting ending. Bravo. Well done to everyone. It was amazing to follow, honestly. 135 kilometers average speed. Well done. Thank you, Mark, for this nice race. And in the end, the weather with the blue thermals were really good. It was really good, honestly, with those options taken by the pilots. Cuba has been able to make it to get some points, pending penalties, because I see there might be some penalties for him. So we will see. I think there was a mid-air collision or something at the start of the race. So we'll have a look at the replay, see what happened at the files and so on, to take a decision. Very good race. Congrats to everyone. China November is the best. Yeah, it was amazing to follow Norbert again. It's so great to see some of the pilots live streaming the races from their cockpits, from the inside. And that's a view again back on the Red Bull ring. That's where we started the day today in Austria. So it was a full Austria task in race 3 of the virtual Sailplane Grand Prix final. Nice view of the Formula One track. They need to improve it a bit. Okay, you need to work on it, guys. Oh, there is an F1, and you have the ball from Red Bull. That's very funny to see, honestly. Yeah, I'm sure some of you know it by heart. You probably play Formula One on Xbox or computer or whatever. It's really fun to fly above those airfields. And in gliding, what is really good is that you can fly everywhere. It's just a National Geographic competition. It's absolutely amazing. We are not stuck on just a single circuit, but it's still fun to be able to do that and to see that. All the pilots have disconnected now. They are sending their flight logs, their flight tracks to Condor.club, our official scoring partner. And we will leave you here for the first weekend of these finals. We will see you in a few days, in 14 days. So not next weekend, but the following one. From Friday 6th of February, sorry, to Sunday 8th, with the last and final one-shot race on Sunday 8th of February. So in 2 weeks, we'll see you, everyone. We count on you to be here at the live streaming with us on Twitch and YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It was amazing to follow. Stay tuned to our channels to not miss the highlights, the articles, the replays, and all the reels TikToks coming up. So thank you so much, and see you in 2 weeks. Thank you for having been here with us. Bye bye. See you soon.